Believe that these energies that are coming in now are really about bringing in this type of unconditional love and
Mhm.
getting to the point that we have unity with diversity instead of duality, because we have to change it. Duality, what does duality even mean? Think of the word. It means to fight, to duel. Duality. We
Mhm.
want unity in diversity. Diversity is good. We like that. And that's what they're bringing in. And they're making us really, one of the things that we had talked about is that we all kind of have a certain amount of time allotted in the day. This is the box that we've created. We have time allotted within the day.
Yeah.
We have energy allotted within the day. When our soul comes in, we kind of do the same thing. We allot our energy into the body in similar ways.
Hi, conscious parents. It's Carrie here, and I am here with a little info about raising our mindful kids. I've got some tips and tricks about breaking free of the box and becoming who you are and teaching your kids how to do that along the way. Join us. Hi there and welcome back. I'm so excited, you guys. I have Anaya of Children's Advocate, Druidic Shaman, Anamorphic High Priestess here today, and I'm so excited to connect with you. I feel like we have parallels in our lives that we're going through, living through challenges that have taught us to connect deeper within ourselves and really find ourselves. Thanks so much for being here, Kara.
Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so glad to be here today.
Yes. And I wanted to jump right in. You were talking about echoes and ego.
So part of my path, getting to this part, like the one within, the spiral path, this journey that we're all in, right? I realized that I was fighting between ego and what a lot of people call imposter syndrome. But I've renamed it to echo because it's either an echo of my own doubt within me or something that happened in the past or an echo from somebody else saying something to me. One of the echoes I used to have all the time was from my mom. I love her to death, but she would say, if you eat that, it will make you fat. So that was a belief system I was creating. And I'm going to talk to you about creation because this is a huge one, but we're going to finish ego and echo first. So I renamed it echo, right? So I realized I was kind of fighting between ego and echo. Ego was like telling me, oh, you're amazing, wonderful, and taking me too high. And echo was literally saying, you need to just go die right now. You're the worst parent in the world. There's nothing that you will ever be able to do to save yourself from this one, you know? And when I realized I was fighting between these two kind of forces, I said, okay, we got to pair these babies up. So now anytime I go too high, echo comes back and goes, really? Remember your friend that did that? Because it doesn't even need to be my echo, right? Remember your friend walked that down that path? Or remember the last time we did that? Do you want to go there? And then when I go too low and my echo saying, you might as well just end it. You're no good. Ego comes in and goes, nope. We fought through all of these times, and it reminds me of how amazing I am. And I paired them up. They're just two sides to the same coin. So I paired those babies up, and now I have like this balance within.
I love that so much. I feel like almost I've been talking to my son about Harry Potter. He's reading Harry Potter right now. And I feel like there's the two sides that Harry has within him. Like he has the Voldemort, kind of the evil, and then he has like the pieces from his parents, like the unconditional love from his parents. I guess that's a little different, but it just makes me think of that piece.
Yeah, well, and
Sorry.
it's something we can take it, and that's what we're doing within ourselves too. And then even smaller, it's there. There's the micro and the macro of everything, and it's the beautiful part because when we share our stories, like she shared these amazing stories with us, it helped us remember so much of ourself within. So these books and these sharings are really what we should be doing instead of teaching and learning, as far as I'm concerned. It should be sharing and remembering because we have the building blocks within us. We've just forgotten. We've made ourselves so small. So many people just believe that the body is all that they have. This physical vessel is all that they have. And they don't recognize the unseen, which is everything else. And it's
Yes.
so much bigger. It's huge. I mean, think of the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts. These are all unseen things. These are all unseen things. And when we can pair those two up together too, it gets magical. It gets
It
Potter
does.
magical. It really does.
It is. It does. And it's interesting. My son is so drawn to that. He's like, what if we have that? I'm like, we can have it. We do. We have it. Let's talk about it, dude. So I'm thinking, you had mentioned to me earlier when somebody puts something out there like I do with the podcast, and I'm like, this is what works for us. It may not be the exact thing that somebody is doing in their journey. Reiki has been a modality that has really opened everything up for me. It helped me to heal pieces of my past, inner child pieces, the echoes pieces that really would come up. Now I have this modality that helps me to connect with myself and to heal these pieces of myself. And that's what worked for me. And at first I was like, that's what everybody needs, like you had mentioned.
Yeah.
But we all have our own path and our own journey through how we connect with ourselves.
I just did a post about this today, Carrie. Literally, I just did a post about this today.
No.
So I'm not kidding. I'm not surprised that this energy is coming back because I did a post about unconditional love and why I send unconditional love, even in prayers. I hope that you feel better soon. I hope that you are healed. I have no idea what you need right now. If I put any expectations onto it, then I send you energy that is blocked and waiting for parameters to be kept that you don't even know about because I haven't expressed those to you. I've just sent you energy and it's just hovering now around you in your field. So yes, it has to be each person's path. They're sharing and remembering, because what I'm going to remember that will help me, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to share this story because this is the lesson that I think they need. It could be totally something backwards and it helps me tremendously, but not for the reason that you were aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how
it ignites something new, right?
It ignites something within you. Yes, the sharing and remembering. The teaching, the whole, I'm going to teach you something, is I'm going to put it into a box. And if you only do it this way, it will only work this way. I'm tired of boxes. I want to share and remember together. Yes, we create the boxes so that we can share together. Look what I have. It's a pretty pair of glasses. Here's my box. Do you like it? But we don't have to be so rigid that we say, oh, it must only be done this way. Because the way that this box was created can be many different ways, So I'm loving this.
I love it. I would love to hear your thoughts on these kids coming in.
I really believe that these energies that are coming in now are really about bringing in this type of unconditional love and getting to the point that we have unity with diversity instead of duality. Because we have to change it. What does duality even mean? Think of the word. It means to fight, to duel. Duality. We want unity in diversity. Diversity is good. We like that. And that's what they're bringing in. And they're making us really, one of the things that we had talked about is that we all kind of have a certain amount of time allotted in the day. This is the box that we've created. We have time allotted within the day. We have energy allotted within the day. When our soul comes in, we kind of do the same thing. We allot our energy into the body in similar ways. So a lot of the kids that are nonverbal that are stepping in are opening up their telepathic abilities. See the duality? We have duality, right? So they're choosing to go telepathically instead of verbal. Doesn't mean that communication isn't happening, and any parent of these nonverbal kids knows it's occurring because they have stepped into it one way or another themselves. One way or another. Either they're noticing the way that they're sitting, like with my son Evan. If he would sit next to me, even if he had his hands crossed and he had this, attitude of whatever, he was next to me. He wanted that. Now this is the child that did not like touch, did not like, so a lot of parameters I was dealing with. I was trying to figure out his box. It was very crazy. He was the one that was nonverbal until he was about 6. I didn't hear I love you until he was 7. But then when he said I love you, I knew he meant it to the core. That boy will love me forever. He does not throw words like that around. He's mad at me right now, by the way, but he loves me. So
I get it. I've been there.
Yeah. But so I think what they're really doing right now is establishing that that unity in diversity, and they're bringing it in their own unique form, and each one is so, so different that we can't even try to box them. They're saying, we will not be boxed anymore. We will no longer be your sheep. There are no sheep here. None. And that's the energy that I'm getting from these kids. They are so unique. We have to stop and look at them separately. And that's what we need to be doing with each other too, by the way. We're each sovereign. You're amazing. You're beautiful if no one told you that today.
Same to you, Kara. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I think that's beautiful. Yes, sharing this unconditional love. That seems to be the theme right now today again.
Well, the best way to connect with anybody is just to be authentically yourself. But we've forgotten who we even are. I took a long hot minute to even figure out what I like. Remember, ego, echo. So it was like, was I choosing this because this ego aspect of, whatever, because that's what society said I should do?
Connection, I think, is a piece I was
Authenticity is the best way to do it. Even if you are being not pretty and not beautiful, even if you're crying, even if you're just not okay, being authentic about it, but not being, I need you to save me, I need you to fix me, I need you to do something in order for this to be okay. Being authentic within your true rawness, even at your worst, is better any day of the week than ego or echo. The way we talk to each other, the way we interact with each other. I'm constantly, every single day going, what belief system do I need to step into? Do I need to shift? Do I need to change? Or do I need to adapt in order for this, what I want to happen, to come to fruition, okay? Our belief system is in many ways our identity. It is the ego and the echo. So when we have belief and then we add an emotion. Now think of that. How often are the emotions that we're adding that are frustration? Even when we're helping our kids or each other, we're frustrated from it. So what are we going to get back from the situation, okay? We're going to get frustration from the kid. They're going to reflect it back. They're the best little mirrors in the world. We reflect love and light to them. They will pick it up and start reflecting it back. Okay? So the emotion that we add into it, and then the action that we do. What action is it that we're doing to get the creation moving? Okay? So the best way to find this unity within is to give yourself a whole lot of grace, give yourself a whole lot of gratitude. And every time you have any thought that comes to you that you dislike, because it'll start with dislikes, okay? Those are the ones that we are most apparently aware of, okay? Any thought or even situation that comes to you with dislike, step into gratitude for it and step into unconditional love. And step into the highest love that you can possibly see. I have all these other druidic, amazing short, but I have the balances to all of it too. And I am constantly balancing it within me, choosing to be, because we're not just one person. You're not just Carrie. I'm not just Kara, your mom, your wife, your doctor, when the kids come in, we become everything to everybody in some way, shape, or form, or we can choose to. Who do we choose to be? I am choosing love, period. I choose the unconditional love. It's balanced. It's no parameters. It's not saying I'm going to show up if you do X, Y, and Z. So that's where, if I can give one piece of advice to help people connect, to be authentically true. The kiddos know when you're not. Kids can feel it within them still. When you come out of the bathroom and you've just been crying and you're trying to smile and be okay, your kids feel your energy. Mm-hmm. We are literally teaching our children to deaden the feeling of their energy by not acknowledging it.
Yeah. Yep. I let my kids see me cry.
Yeah.
I know there's moms that don't, but they see me cry. Mom, why are you crying now? Tell me, is it grandma? Do you miss Abuela still? So sometimes I use that as an example if I can't, but yes, they see the cry. I will say some of the kids coming in, and I don't know if this often is the kids with like the PDA. I don't know if you know the pathological demand avoidance, really avoiding those demands on our system. And so I'm trying to say, so the perfect person, the normal quote unquote person is not my words. That's what my 10-year-old is picking up. I want to be the normal person. And my 7-year-old, I want to be the normal person. That's how I receive love. Even though mom has always given unconditional love, dad has always given, both of us are very, very connected with them. And it's just world. It's or personality. I don't know.
This is the key that they're trying to give you. I want to be normal. What does normal look like to you, buddy? Tell me what normal looks like. And then let's step into it. What does normal feel like to you, buddy? You know? And let's step into that, because it may be something as small as, I don't want to do this one thing anymore, or to whatever, and we can help them shift that. Because a lot of times what they are considering normal is like way outside the box of what we are, you know? So I would really step in and be like, okay, let's put this down on paper. Let's see what normal looks like. And let's start walking this. And let's make sure it feels authentic to you. You know, every step of the way. It's not my authenticity, because they come down here in many ways as a vibrational blank slate. They have the unconditional love that we all have, but guess what? The duality starts coming on, right? And it could be that they have huge sensory issues. So sounds really bother them, or touch really bothers them, or these things really bother them. And when we step into recognizing maybe that's the one thing that they want to be normal, not all of me. Like what's his name from that movie that just came out, the real live action, How to Train Your Dragon, right? He's like, you just pointed to all of me.
Cute.
So I would step in and go, what does normal look like for you? And then try to break it down, because sometimes even if they are verbal, I know for me, I'm verbal. I had a hard time expressing what that look like to somebody else. And as parents, most of the parents I've worked with, okay, 99.9% of the parents I've worked with have been, I am game to do whatever I need to do to help my kids, right? So it's like, with that kind of commitment, that is a huge commitment. It's a huge commitment. Anything is possible. They told me my kid would be nonverbal forever. They told me that they wanted to put him in day programs. They wanted to, you know, and now he owns does he own 2 houses? I can't remember, but he's married. He's a foreman with his own truck. He's amazing.
Beautiful.
So this possibility is only there if we believe it.
Okay. I love it. So, okay, I was going to say, I think my last question for you is, what would you tell parents raising kids today? What's your favorite thing to share?
You are the expert, period. Yeah, you're going to read a lot of things. What I found, I have a book that's coming out called The Many Faces of Autism, and I'm still working with it because I have a whole new chapter. I have a couple new chapters, so it's kind of amazing. But the books that I found that helped me the most were the ones that just shared. This is what we did. They weren't trying to push an agenda. Don't push me your Jenny McCarthy BS, okay? I'm glad it worked for you. Share your story to me. I'm sorry, but it is. It really is. And I've friggin' ran those circles, and I don't mean to call her out. It was an amazing path what she did, and she's an amazing woman. But when you get stuck on this is the only way to do it, then the parents like me, where it didn't friggin' work, feel horrible. Okay?
Yeah.
So you are the expert. I don't know you, and I friggin' trust you. I know what you've been through. You are amazing. You are beautiful. If I had one word, keep being you, keep shining, keep going strong. You are doing absolutely amazing. Go find those books that resonate with you and follow those. And when your friend tells you do X, Y, and Z, walk away, because they don't know. They've not walked your path. You're amazing.
Right. Yes. Beautiful. So many parents need to hear, like, to follow themselves and that they're not alone. Everybody, there's so many of us. And if they're saying that they haven't gone through struggles as a parent, they're not being authentic, because we've all had our moments in our own journeys.
One more thing. I don't care the thoughts you've had or how bad it's gotten on your journey, okay, people? Because we've all been there. One of the things I did, I want to share this quick story. I went and I talked at a college level, and these were kids becoming teachers, you know, in this wonderful land of No Child Left Behind, where they just threw all of our kids together and gave them no supports, okay? And they said, well, we had a parent say one time that they had a thought that it would just be easier to drive their car into that semi than it would be to continue living the life that they've led. And I said, you're doggone right, we've had those thoughts, but we're stronger because we're still here. So every one of you is stronger. You're here. We've had those thoughts, okay? Whatever they are. And sometimes we've done things that we're not even proud of. But you're still here. That doesn't make you into a beast. Only if you continue to walk down that line. You are amazing people. I love you. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I felt that because so many times people think I'm unredeemable. Well, guess what? Our kids are feeling that too. They feel unredeemable, and it doesn't matter. Everyone can step back and make different choices. It is possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kara. We appreciate your journey and sharing your journey with us.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in, Changemakers. This is Carrie. And if you haven't done a review for us, 5 stars and a little few words about what you've enjoyed in our podcast episodes, we would really appreciate it. If you guys would like to ever message me, I would love any questions you have or any feedback at info@hearttoheartlife.com. We also have a brand new website, which we're super excited to share. It's hearttoheartlife.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and happy life, happy times, Changemaker families. Bye. Please remember that the information shared on this podcast is educational in nature and does not constitute licensed mental health advice. If you need such advice, you should speak with a licensed professional about your unique situation. Thanks so much, happy listeners.